So instead of you having your Munster thing,
instead of your Munster flag, you can put whatever you want. So that is the Pro 12 trophy. We're live.
Really? I've only known
Yes,
that
I was just about to say thanks, James. I was just about to tell you what my next backdrop might be.
Cheers.
You saved me, James. Thanks a million. Sneaky
Look, James, as Martin did know, I think you do tend to kind of sneak a little bit of going live every now and again anyway. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show of Mauls, Boards and all. We are joined by, I suppose, our usual dynamic duo of Matt Boland and Bishop Len Brennan. And of course, we have back on again, we have James Brennan, a well-known comic man. But I suppose, like anything else, we will dig straight into the games. And then, since Munster kicked off the weekend, we'll kick off with you. We'll kick off with you, all right?
Yeah,
once you continue Dragons 20. Go on, then. Tell us what you think.
To be honest with you, we're probably lucky to win, Danny. Wasn't saying that. On the other hand, we're probably unlucky not to get a bonus point at the very end. Gleeson was held up over the line, so it was look. As Com's team said and Macmillan said, it was more a sense of relief, the result, rather than any form of jubilation. To be quite honest with you, tough going in the first half. The weather played a part. We're playing into the wind. But like I saw online, there was a lot of lads fucking complained about the performance. But on the same hand, the same lads are complaining about not enough young players being blooded. And in my opinion, you can't really have fucking both. You know what I mean? They have to get experience somewhere. We had a Dogbo making his debut. We had the back row. Gleeson and Quinn and fucking watchcallers are a Dogbo, Gleeson, Quinn, and the fucking three boys. Fucking sorry, my brain's gone dead there. But yeah, so they would have played in the under-20s together. So that was good. Then you had O'Connell on the bench, and then you had fucking two inexperienced halfbacks in Coughlin and Butler. But from my point of view, it was good to see them all getting game time. Look, there was a bit of an experience shown by Butler and Coughlin. Coughlin, a good few box kicks in the first half into the wind, and sure, they were coming back into his face. And the only thing is that the lads behind him didn't have too much running to do to gather him, because we're nearly at a standing start. So probably maybe a bit of inexperience to keep after what wasn't working. Then you had Butler. At one stage there, he took it back in, the ball back in, and then he tried to clear his line. So that ended up going out on the full. Coughlin dropped a lovely ball off the top from a Dogbo from the line out. But in saying that, you learn from these mistakes, is my opinion. And if they learn from the mistakes and you get them up to speed and maybe they're 80% of the ability of our starters, well, then you're building depth. So, look, as I said, it was a tough game. But look, both lads had some nice touches as well. Butler and Coughlin. Butler had a lovely grubber late in the game to pin Dragons back in their own 22. Coughlin had a 50-22, I think, at one stage. So, it's swings and roundabouts. You need to play him if you're going to have him further down the line. But as for overall the game, fucking Dragons could have been more ahead. Was it 13-7 going into halftime? But fucking Dragons were really unlucky. There was a strip ball and the TMO deemed it illegal. We got away with that one, to be quite honest with you, because
his knee, they deemed his knee was on the ground, so the tackle was complete.
Yeah, they did. It was fucking that was always in it, and it wouldn't always be picked up, Matt, in all fairness. So it wouldn't. In a lot of games, it probably wouldn't have been picked up. So I think we got away with one there. Look, we got the win. That was the important thing. Coombs coming on made all the difference. Yeah, O'Donoghue and Coombs came on, so you had a bit of fucking experience there, a bit of grunt, and fucking fair play to Coombs. You know, he's some man from fucking 5 meters out, and like his work at the breakdown as well. He was fucking phenomenal. He won a couple of penalties there as well. So, yeah, but you need that balance of, you know, youth and experience. Like when I saw the team to begin with, I thought, yeah, look, that's a nice balance, but look, I don't know what the crack is with the fucking Welsh teams since they've been threatened with disbandment. You know, they're playing way above their fucking station, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, so look,
they've nothing to lose.
The win on the board now.
They've nothing to lose.
They're not at all.
You know, they've absolutely nothing to lose, so they're going out to play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're playing as if their lives are dependent on it. That's exactly what it is.
It is, yeah. But I think, unfortunately, the decision will be made regardless of the performance. That's like, and you see the likes of that Rio Dyer. He is a fucking phenomenal player. Actually, was it Lockman made fucking try saving tackling on? I think it was on Dyer at one stage there, because that was another fucking risky bit. But yeah, like there's some talented players that, you know, there's your job gone in the morning, and it's not like being, I don't know, fucking insurance broker or a fucking car salesman or something that you go on to the next dealership. You know what I mean? Being a professional rugby player, there's not the same amount of opportunities.
Let's go into a few comments here and there. Evening anyway, Gregor.
Evening, Gregor.
Joe Lyons, even though them logos are still crap.
Those what?
The logos.
Logos are still crap. Smiley face. Bevan, even all just on the train back home in Blighty now, but how I wish I was back over there. Come on,
it was great to see you, Bevan, at the game. Brilliant to see you, and unfortunately, I'm very apologetic. The little interview I did with you, the mic wasn't switched on, and I couldn't share it. It was terrible because we had a good little chat at halftime.
Yeah. Nine in here as well. Even then, lots of beards on the panel tonight. Lots of stout as well. So not going to lie about that one either, anyway.
That's James Gordon. He's a bad influence. And we're normally teetotal here, aren't we, Matt?
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah.
Completely teetotal. Owen O'Brien, Ben Murphy to Munster. Used to be nice, but I'm not sure.
Is this a rumour?
I'm not too sure. I haven't heard anything about it anyway.
I wouldn't think so. Like with Devine going to Ulster, that would be. Actually, James. Like before we carry on, what do you think of Devine going? Because I just can't.
I can't understand how we're letting homegrown talent like that, Corinthians lad, head off up to Ulster. No, look. Might be the making of him, might get more opportunity there. With Doak in place up there, or is Doak staying on? Or is Doak going to be more at international level now? Maybe that's the thinking. And Murphy will my head. Devine will slot in there into the starting 15 for Ulster. I think he's a phenomenal talent and a great prospect, and I'm bitterly disappointed to see him leaving.
Yeah, I can imagine. But in saying that, he never got the starts. I mean, he's had a handful of starts the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but he's electric when he comes on, though.
Oh, he's fucking unbelievable. Yeah. Like, and I think he's a huge loss to Connacht, especially as they're starting to build. But
yeah,
I don't. I did read somewhere that the coaches had an issue with his passing off his left side is not that strong, and maybe that's why he wasn't starting. I don't fucking know. Now that's just something I read, and also the fact that Mark Sexton has gone to Ulster, and he would have played with. So look, I'm sure Mark Sexton, if they're going to sign him, Mark Sexton sees something in him.
Yeah.
That they don't down below.
He's a phenomenal. I didn't hear anything about having a weaker left side or right side. I hadn't heard that, but then again, I'm not as close as some. But yeah, I think the whole Mark Sexton thing and the fact that Richie Murphy knows him from the under-20s as well is going to be, they want him.
Yeah. Owen O'Brien says, check rugby passing, Ciaran Scully, Twitter, Munster, trying to get it. Bev Enniston here. Apparently, we're getting an New Zealand scrum half. Not happy about that when we are getting rid of homegrown talent.
I agree.
Bevan, you'll have Mike on the bandwagon the next day. He'll be roaring about the mercenaries again. Don't get him started. The next day he's on Bevan, probably on Thursday.
Actually, James, since you're there handy, I'll get your opinion on the Munster Dragons game. Munster win that 22-20.
I was busy all day Saturday. Only saw the highlights of that game, and from what I saw, they were lucky to squeak the win at the end there. So I don't have a whole lot more to say about it, to be honest.
Matt, your thoughts on the Munster Dragons game?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, you have to say fucking kudos to the Welsh lads because they're really pulling it out of the bag. You know, Dragons had a really good performance against Connacht there not so long ago. Have seemed to be really pulled up their socks and going hell for leather and giving it to teams as if there was everything on the line. Do you know what I mean?
And maybe that's it, Matt. That the fact that there's a team in threat of being disbanded, that they're performing out of their skins now. Because as you're right, Welsh rugby looks to be in rude health at the moment.
Oh, look, Jesus! If you were looking at that from an outside perspective, not knowing one of them teams was being on the chopping block, you wouldn't fucking think any the wiser. They're absolutely tearing it up. And look, you know, credit to them, they were fucking unbelievable. But looking again, like, you know, you can never discount Munster. You really can't. And that fucking dogged determinedness is still there. I mean, they're 13-0 down, nearly fucking 20-0 down, you know, with that try that was disallowed for his knee touching 3 blades of grass or something.
Yeah.
It was only 2 blades of grass, Matt.
And you said it there, Len, you know, like, other TMOs and other referees would have let that go all day long, and that could have easily been a score. And I was watching it at the time, and when it was scored, I didn't realise what had gone on previous, and I said, that could be it. That could be over for now for Munster. That could have been fucking nails in the coffin. But look, it was disallowed. Munster got back into it and scored a try at the pivotal point just before halftime to bring it into halftime at fucking 7-13, you know, and everything to play for. But you gotta say the making of that match was in the second half, clearly, with the substitutes going on for Munster. You look at Gavin Coombs, 2 tries, fucking Jack O'Donoghue played absolutely fucking phenomenal when he came on. It was the subs were the difference, you know, and again, you have to say fair fucking play to Munster. They stuck it out, fucking gutsy performance in attack and defence, and got a win, managed to scrape the win, and you have to just say fucking fair play because
the one thing,
Matt,
that struck me from the highlights that I saw was Holly Davidson's just decision making. There was no run as the team off for the yellow card where the challenge in the air happened straight to the pocket.
Look, yeah, and you're dead right. And look,
that's why she's top ref in the world for me.
I'm glad you mentioned it because she has to be at this point top ref in the world now.
She's excellent.
You know, she has to be, and you'd nearly even be considering her now for World Cup final job.
Yeah, you would. You'd have to because
you would.
Like,
look, and in fairness, that's another thing. Unfortunately, after the tackle in the air on Abrahams, that was 10 minutes advantage with a man over. And we failed to score in those 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
I didn't want to mention that, Lane, but
look, I mean,
look, we call it as it is. Like, I'm a Munster man. I'd love to come on here every fucking week and go, fucking Munster are fantastic. Fuck, we blew it out in the park. But look, no, as I said, it is not a criticism of the lads. It was solely inexperience. But you can only get experience. And a tough match like that you grind out, you learn more from that than you will any walkover where you're part of a fucking a strong team.
Comment in here, there's a few more, I'll get to them in a while as well. Pauline Boland, hello everybody. It was a vital win for Munster. We squeaked it in the end. Subs did make the difference. Was looking at it with one eye.
Yeah, it was a tough watch, Pauline.
Yeah. Now, Len, I have one question for you. What is your opinion about the possibility of Ella Toa's contract being extended with Munster for the rest of this season and next season?
Yeah, you're absolutely hilarious. That's walking out one on the group. Look, the chap is contracted till the end of the season. Yeah. And I don't want to be personal about any player, But as I said on the group, if some fucker extends his contract, he'll have to go into fucking witness protection. Because, and I also said, but knowing Munster, they'll probably give him a 3-year extension and make him fucking scrum coach when he retires. So, look, the chap is there, he's getting paid, but he's a stopgap, and look, he needs to remain a stopgap. He's just not at the level that we need.
Yeah, he's just he wants to start to play. I suppose it might be the best way to put it. I come here from here. Holly and Luke are probably the best in the business at the moment.
Yeah, would agree with that, absolutely. Yeah.
And we know that there is a few people that would agree with the whole Luke Pearce being a good referee, whereas that's actually on the team they're on behind. Not sure which one. Matt, I'll come to you next. Scarlets 27, Ulster 22. Scarlets win that one right at the absolute end of the game.
Oh, look, I mean, Jesus Christ. I think Ulster again are going to be absolutely kicking themselves for leaving that out there. I think they should have won that game. They really should have. I'm literally just looking at the
possession and territory.
Yeah, it's like 60% and 67% in the favour of Ulster. But look, we know, we've seen this before. Sometimes the statistics don't tell the proper story, but yeah, look, again.
And that game they did though, Matt. They were the better team.
Yeah, look, I mean, again, this is the case of the fucking Welsh teams fucking putting on a show here and, you know, leaving it all out in the fucking field, and you gotta say fucking fair play to them. I mean, Nathan Doak, I thought, had a fucking absolutely brilliant game, and I think he was named man of the match. He was absolutely fantastic. I thought fucking your man, Werner Koch, he's some boy, but I think the yellow card didn't do them any favours, and that's probably what it lost them the game at the end. But I tell you, that lad, what's his name? Elias Mee or
Elias Mee.
He's a flyer. Absolute.
Anybody
flyer.
else think he's a spitting fucking image? It could be fucking Sam Prendergast's twin.
Now that you say it,
he has the same build, the same shite haircut now, and fucking almost.
But no, a lot to do with it.
He carries himself very, very. No, it's not. His build. He's a very slight build. He's tall lad, and he just every time I look at him, I just think Sam Prendergast.
Yeah,
has he the same swagger he has?
You have a fair point there, Len.
Len, your thoughts on these Scarlets Ulster game?
Matt, are you finished, yeah?
I
am now, apparently, yeah.
I don't think Matt was finished there, Laddie.
There's a long pause. I thought he was done.
Go on. You may as well continue.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I already answered you. I didn't interrupt you, Matt.
No, you didn't.
Owe you one.
I know you didn't interrupt me. You're not like that. It's the Kerry Hooer it is.
Yeah, look. Don't hear me Kenny Man there now.
Hugo's here to say hello.
There you go. I can see a character. There he is.
That's right when Hugo's there. Look, as we said, this is all down to the trail of disbandment with the Welsh teams, and they're just playing out of their fucking skin. But yeah, look, I'd agree with Matt. Ulster should have won that game. They had a possession, they had the territory. Look, the yellow card and the head contact. Who was it on? Was it on fucking Werner Koch? On who was it though that he hit?
Whoever it was, he fucking deserved an Oscar for fucking performance. An Oscar,
100%, right?
Because
go on, yeah, Matt. Go on, carry on.
It was one of the lightest head contacts you'd have ever seen in your life. Like, it was so passive. It was nearly akin to Tyke Burn job.
Did you see the other angle of it on Twitter?
No, I didn't.
Somebody found, I don't know where they found it, but somebody had a camera angle that wasn't shown on the television. And I swear to God, Ulster can feel very, very hard done by, because
really
in the angle, there is zero head contact. Cock comes up and he's close to him, right? What he does not make, Okay, Danny. Okay, yeah, no, I know
AI,
exactly what
Len,
you're
it's AI.
Give up the schoolboy shit. Right, cockcomb was up. Right, fucking get over. I knew it was when it came out of my mouth. I shouldn't have fucking said it. That's not what I meant. But as he's coming up, there's no head contact, and your man just throws himself back and goes hands to the head. It was fucking play acting of the fucking highest order, to be quite honest with you.
This is all. That's as soon as one player gets any sort of touch in the head, they're going down like soccer players now, and it's really doing my fucking head in.
Has to be caught out, and there has to be a sanction against it.
So you're saying that,
and all this fucking back chat now from fucking
yeah
players screaming at the ref, oh, he's offside, or that's a penalty, or it's held up, or fucking
too much of that shit as well.
It's gone too much now at this stage.
So if I hear you correctly, Len, you're saying the cock gave no head contact.
I could have sworn Danny fucking Brosnan said to you before the thing, no dad jokes.
Yeah, but in fairness, there's fairly rude ones. So
look,
I didn't
but that other angle, if you look it up, I'll post to you later on, right? If you look at the other angle,
I'd actually be interested to see that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you, right? And your man he made a fucking absolute meal of it. To be quite honest with you.
Post it in the group.
But look, what?
Post it in the group and we'll all have a look at it.
Yeah. He made an absolute meal of it. And look, as a result, not taken from Ellis Mead, because that break from the halfway line was absolutely fucking fantastic. He scorched two defenders and got over for the try. But yeah, I do think, look, maybe Ulster probably should have put the gate, but they were so unlucky. What did they have? Did they have 2 or 3 tries disallowed?
Yeah.
McCann had tried disallowed.
At least.
Yeah, they're fucking, I think it was 3 tries they had disallowed. So, they should have been home and hosed. So, yeah, look. Look, just on the fucking head contact thing, Larry went off at the very fucking start.
Yeah.
The head contact there was no fucking, he went straight off for HIA. And he was floored out of it. Yeah. And there was no sanction on that. No. They couldn't find a camera angle to justify a card. Now that's absolute bollocks, lads.
Yeah, because actually a good comment here now from Bevan. She said, didn't watch it, but from what I heard, the ref was poor. Missed a knockout when a player lost consciousness before hitting the floor.
That was Larry. And
wow.
Some of the Welsh lads were trying to say that. No.
There should be something that, if a player has to go off for a HIA, there should be a proper look at why. Because in that circumstance, if they had a re-looked at that to go, okay, so why was he knocked out unconscious?
Yeah, will that lead to players being pulled off for HIAs and playing the system? Remember Bloodgate?
No, it shouldn't, because you can only get pulled off when the fucking sensor hits a certain G-force, right? Same like the fucking the gum shield. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, I agree in a certain circumstance, but you can't fake a HIA. You can't fake to go off for a HIA because the telltale signs are there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, out of fairness, look, if you're getting an advantage out of it, Matt, you can't fake it because you go down the docks and how many fingers am I holding up? 2. You know what I mean? Yeah. I suppose you can. As James said about fucking Bloodgate with Harlequins and stuff like that. But look,
I don't think it's as easy to fake these questions anymore. It's not like what day is it, what time is it, who are you? Fucking
yeah, but I can't remember that at the best of times.
Do you know what I mean? But I think they're more technical questions where
the square on the hypotenuse equals the sum of the squares on the other 2 sides.
They wouldn't be that fucking technical now, James. You
no. Matt, they're not going to be asking then easy questions like, do you like Pinty Guinness then? How much beer is on your head then?
I only drink tea, Danny.
Or
definitely a HIA.
James,
when it comes to your thoughts on the Scar search again there.
Again, I only saw the highlights, and it was the short highlights on it. I was busy all day Saturday. We had a match down in Ballina in the morning, and we were racing back. So we just got back in time to get into the sports ground for the Dexcom. Sorry, Dexcom for the main
sports
event.
Ground.
Yeah. So very little rugby. Yeah, I think it looked to me like Ulster were very unlucky in the end to lose that. But yeah, look, the result will always stand. Who's commenting there now?
Let's see if Lenny can read this.
Can't see you. Never mind the fucking question.
Nine. I read 3 times cough head contact, alternate angles. Google gives you a lot of unusual options before you found that TikTok video.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't get a word of that. God.
Oh, one second, Ned. Put your glasses back on and throw it back up for you. There you go.
Right, come on.
There you go.
Hey, Niall, you fucking looking at my search history?
Yeah, he's the lad working at Google, so he knows exactly what you're trying to do now.
He knows what you're at.
Yeah. Gregor Galway.
But look, even that when Ulster went ahead in that game, it was fucking, what was it, 2019 or whatever. Like, it took about 2 minutes for the Scarlets to turn around and get, like, there was a little bit of, defensively they were a little bit off Ulster. So yeah, look, and I won't say they were authors of their own downfall, because I thought they were very good and they were very unlucky. Like, it was only very small margins with the disallowed allowed tries, but yeah, look, all the possession, all the territory, and then to be fucking screwed at the end for what I believe was complete fucking play acting. Yeah, it can feel hard done by on that one.
Greg Raw, we have in there that we had a try regarding forward pass chalked off for Flannery's try. Pass was by Nick Timoney. So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Timoney had a very good game, actually.
Marginally forward, it was harsh, I thought. Yeah.
You see, Joe Lyons here. If a card is issued for head contact, then both players need to go off. We've seen both sides of this being faked. Players playing on when they should be checked, and players that were never touched feigning injury but not going off. Need to have both players checked, and if one is found to have play acted, give them a red card.
That's not a bad shout,
Yeah,
Joe.
I'd agree. 100%. 100%.
You know, I wouldn't go over a red, but I'd definitely go over a yellow card for the play acting, because that's not in the spirit of the game at all.
I think a red, Danny. I think a red. Because
20 minute red.
20
minute red.
Definitely a red.
What are you going to do, Danny?
And
Wave
a
your finger at him, say you're
fucking
a very naughty
ban, to be
boy.
honest with you. A 2 or 3 week fucking ban, and they soon cut it out.
No point waving your finger and saying you're a very naughty boy, Danny.
Yeah,
Just
exactly,
Give him the
James,
fucking red card.
That's why you need the original back. He goes, don't
Yeah.
fucking do that here again. Come back in 2 weeks and play.
Yeah,
Because it's getting
that
more
was
and more prevalent.
Nigel Owens
in
to
all fairness, we've seen it now over the last.
Oh, that was just Stuart Hogg, wasn't it?
to Hogg, yeah.
Yeah.
Nigel Owens to
Yeah,
Hogg,
there's 2:15 World Cup. I always remember that one. All right. What's it now? Before I come on to the next game, Ben Marie says, I was sat in front of Colin Ford's family, and when he came off for HIA, I felt so sorry for his mum, especially after reading the programme where she tells him before every match, mind your head. Yeah. No, James, you were at that game, I believe. I think. I'm not too sure.
I choose I was. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I ask you for your opinion on that game where Leinster won 34-23.
Yeah, apart from the result, it was an absolutely epic occasion. Look, it was always going to be a big ask for Connacht to win that game. I was at the press conference on Tuesday. Cian Prendergast said they were up for the fight. They were determined to put on a performance, and true to the word, they did. They put on a great performance, and they were in the game for 66 minutes. They were ahead at 60 minutes. And they stayed fighting till the very, very end. But I have to say, the whole setup, the whole clan stand, it was epic. As part of the press conference on Tuesday, we got the tour as well. So I saw the premium level and all the dressing rooms and everything. And one of the striking things was at provincial level, they're the first province to have male and female refs changing rooms, so which is a nice step forward and a good acknowledgement. On level 1, they also have a sensory room for anyone with additional sensory needs there, which is another great, it's such an inclusive thing to have in your stand.
Absolutely brilliant.
I emailed Willie Rowan, CEO of Connacht, yesterday.
He must be sick of getting emails from you, James, is he?
Yeah, he does. He actually. Well, do you know what? In fairness,
he's going to block you one of these days.
But he responds to all my emails, every single email. He responds to them, whether I'm critical or whether I'm praising them. And in this case, I was complimenting them on a fantastic an event. And I have his email here. I should read it out actually because.
If it's dead joke, I'm just going to kick you out, all right?
No, there's no joke now. So let me see. He said, "Hi James, thank you for your email and your very generous feedback. I'm delighted the event lived up to expectations to you and all the rest of the supporters, results aside. It's only bricks and mortar until people bring it alive, and you sure did that on Saturday night. Thanks as always for your support, Willie." So he asked me separately then as well on another email just to emphasise how much the support means of the fans to the team and to the staff behind the team as well. But I have to say, flawless from start to finish. The pyrotechnics, the atmosphere, the music, the food, the drink, the queues in the bars, everything was absolutely spectacular. And I heard today they had electricians and plumbers and carpenters and everyone on standby at the back of the stand just in case anything went wrong, so that they were straight in to fix it. Now, apparently, the guy that was telling me about the plumber had about 6 pints on him. He wouldn't have been able to plumb much at that stage, but he was there anyway in case something went wrong.
You never get a fucking plumber, James.
Yeah, but they had him on standby and he was in the stand. So yeah, it was really good.
Plumbers only ever turn up in porn movies.
I was listening to Jerry Thornley. He interviewed Willie after the press conference on Tuesday, separately to the press conference that we had, and he was saying that the budget overran by 20 million. It was supposed to cost 30 million, but it ran to 50. But we got funding from the government. We got the Dexcom money, a lot of fundraising, and we only owe 4 million at the end of it all. Having that facility, the high performance unit, a stand that is second to none, and all that. We only owe 4 million at the end of all that. So I think that's a phenomenal achievement. Given that we had COVID, we had Ukraine war, prices went through the fucking roof. So a lot of stuff that was outside of our control led to that overspend. But yeah, it's fantastic. I tell you guys, if you get a chance to come down, or come up to Dexcom, take it, guys, because it really is. It's worth the visit now.
A few comments here to go on about new stadium. Bevan as well. Fields of Attenroy in the new stand was phenomenal. Absolutely. To be part of, and you could feel the lads' rights when we sang.
Yeah, you could.
You could feel it over the TV.
Yeah, Niall Slade wants to know: is there a good pint at stadium?
Well, I was on the cider, Niall, but from what I saw, the pints of Guinness looked good. There were nice white creamy tops on them, and anyone that was drinking them said they were good. So yeah, you'll have to come up and try it.
Yeah, one second. There's one more here as well from Sonia Croak. New stand is a credit to Connacht. Looked amazing, and facilities look great. Future is bright for my second favourite province.
Hey. Thank you, Sonia.
Matt, I'll come to you and your thoughts of the Leinster Connacht game.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, result aside, I suppose, as James was saying, the stadium did look phenomenal. It looked like a serious show put on. And as James said, it was a fucking cracking game, and Connacht fucking left it all out on the pitch. I mean, at one stage I thought, geez, they could actually fucking do this. It was a good game. It really was. There was nothing between the two teams for about 60 minutes, which is the kind of games you want. You don't want fucking shit games where it's just all one-way traffic. They're no fun to watch. You want
I'm not sure, Matt, if it came across on the TV, the schmozzle between
a little bit.
Which?
A little bit. You could see a little bit of it.
Yeah. Would you want an eagle in an Interpro?
Yeah, but it was Thick Nut that started that. He held Paul Boyle down on the ground, and he held it by the throat, and Paul Boyle reacted to it, and everyone piled in. But yeah, Thick Nut was definitely, and I'm not being biased there. I could see it. I was watching it, as the try was being scored by Harry West, I was watching what was happening down. It was down in front of me on the field. But yeah, Sick Note was he was dirty fucker. God forgive me, dirty Safa fucker. Excuse my French.
That's why we got rid of it. We don't tolerate that shit.
Anyway,
sorry, Matt. Sorry to interrupt your flow there, Matt. Carry on.
You're grand. You just fucking waffle away there. Sour grapes and all that.
I'll go and get a beer while you're talking.
Hey, look, whoa. We just had 10 minutes of fucking James auditioning for the fucking Connacht PRO job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's done a good job for himself, to be fair.
Fucking hell. Look, an online interview.
It was honours even at fucking halftime, 13-all, and yeah, it could have gone either way, you know. And I think there's a lot of really good talent in Connacht at the moment. You know, Sean Jansen seems to be playing out of his fucking mind.
Incredible.
And he is just like a bulldozer. He's always straight down the middle, and it takes about 3 or 4 players to stop him. You know. Also, Sam Gilbert's playing fucking phenomenally well as well. I've mentioned him before. His kicking is fucking on the money all the time. Dylan Tierney Martin, great try, absolute great try. Billy Bowen, a quality game, and then he gets a fucking call up because Jack Boyle is gone. Yeah, Jack Boyle is gone, and looks like there's a major issue now at prop for Ireland coming to Six Nations, and I think it was just announced today Jack Boyle has to have an operation on his Achilles. So fair play to Billy. He's in the team now. Sorry.
I feel sorry for Boyle, but it's great for Billy.
They're saying maybe 12 months he could be out.
Yeah.
Look,
it's. I think that's a really tough operation. That one, the Achilles. It's a long time recovering, but. Yeah, I mean, if I was a Munster fan in that game, regardless of the result, I would have been very proud of that performance because they were absolutely.
What have Munster got to do with it?
I'm not talking about Munster.
You said if I was a Munster fan.
Oh, Connacht. I meant Connacht. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus, come on.
I would never say I'm ever a Munster.
You just said if I was a Munster fan. That's
you probably are secretly.
I was talking about. I meant Connacht. He is fucking stupid.
I knew what you meant, Matt. I knew what you meant.
I'm sorry.
Look, Danny is a closet Munster fan. It slips out every now and again.
That's
Pauline Bowen in here says, agree with James, it looked fantastic, the atmosphere seemed great. Connacht did put up a good fight, so it looked good going forward. Actually, Pauline, since I had your comment there, does Matt have any Munster gear secretly hidden away at home that you can confirm or deny? That is. Any thoughts,
He posted a claw on his bedroom wall when he was growing up.
Has he a Munster duvet on the bed, Pauline? Has he?
No, you see.
He probably had Paul O'Connor pajamas.
It's not a fucking chance, lads. Fucking talk shite if you want. I wouldn't wipe my arse.
Matt. They let you down every fucking time.
I wouldn't wipe my arse. Well, actually, I would wipe my arse with it just to get shite all over it.
That's funny because your mother is in here says Matt is a Munster fan now.
Yeah,
that's a good problem, dance. You all know that Munster.
If she wants to be a fucking smart arse now, I'll show you the fucking messages she was sending me. Sure.
Hey, you can't be docking your mother.
She is the biggest fucking mouth going. For a tiny little woman, she's the biggest.
Sorry, Pauline, maybe Santi will bring him a Munster duvet for Christmas.
Sure, his birthday's in March. So Pauline,
better.
They have Munster there now. Get a shot down, a couple of caps, a couple of hats, jackets, all that sort of thing. I'm sure you find something there now.
Do you know what? I'll come on alive and I'll fucking burn it in front of all of you. There you go.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't do that, would you?
I fucking would, just to piss you off. Fucking wank.
Hope your house insurance is up to date.
Don't worry, I won't do it in the house. I'm not that fucking stupid. I'll go to my ma's house and burn that fucking
Yeah, just give you a Dave N here as well says, it was amazing when 40 took Sick Note down.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Love that.
Yeah, that was excellent, actually.
Len, your thoughts on the Leinster Connacht game?
Well, James has covered it all in his interview for the PRO's job. So.
Come on, man.
Look, it was a fantastic spectacle. Like, record crowd of over 12,000 on the opening new stand. And what better game than to have an interpro between two great rivals, you know? And it's what they're all about. You know, both teams went hammer and tongs, trying to build an early lead, and then both of them defensively done very well to shut each other down. But sorry, Matt, but Leinster are fucking pricks, like, to be quite honest with you. Right? A new stand, fucking record crowd, and they wouldn't give them the fucking fairy tale ending. You know what I mean?
It is spoiled party a bit now.
Here, listen,
You know,
we're not
much.
here to bend over, like.
No, look, do you remember the one where Matt Damon won the World Cup for South Africa? You know, I mean, there's a goal. You know, fucking 3 points in it. Keane Egan grabs the ball on his own try line. Fucking hands off fucking players left, right, and centre.
Come here.
Goes over the last fucking second.
Ulster are nabbing everyone. I hear they're signing Matt Damon next.
Yeah, Connacht to win.
The one's fucked off, Len. They can't take it.
And they get him on a fucking free transfer.
Call her back.
And that was all it was missing. But it was a great game, and the atmosphere looked absolutely fantastic. Actually, just on the fucking Matt Damon, that fucking film, I saw a clip on Facebook there fucking a couple of years ago, and it was a Bollywood version, not of the South African World Cup game, right?
Oh, I know.
Did you see this one? Oh, mother of fuck, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking seen. Same crack, fucking seconds to go, your man grabs the ball. There's tackles, there's guys flying off their feet in the air trying to hit him, right? Bodies literally in piles, 4 and 5 fucking guys behind them. Like, there must be 97 fucking players on the opposing team, because that's how many tackles he dodged on the way to the fucking line. Oh, fucking nightmare fucking shit. But look, all square, 13 all at half time. It was fucking a brilliant game. Credit to both teams, right? And I did say in our own group at half time, I kind of actually said, look, question is now, can Connacht keep up that tempo and physicality for another 40 minutes? And unfortunately, they couldn't. Now, they kept it up for, as you said, 66 minutes. But I think the thing with Leinster is Leinster have an ability to put their foot on the gas for a full 80 minutes. Mm-hmm. Very few teams can do it, and they really do. And very few teams can live with that. It is very, very fucking difficult to live with Leinster for a full 80. You'll get to 60, you'll get to 70 maybe. And they just stick to their processes, and they get you in the end. It is very, very hard.
The Tector try is going to be the one that's going to be hardest to swallow, though.
Yeah. And then look, in fairness to Tector, he took the try very fucking well.
He did his job.
But look, in fairness, the dominance that in the scrum that fucking Connacht had, it was a joy to see.
It was, absolutely.
They had complete dominance in that scrum. But yes, they brought on, who did they bring on? They brought on Sparrow and they brought on Kerr, Leinster, in the second half. But it kind of turned about maybe 65, 70 minutes. All of a sudden, even with the lads coming in, Leinster started to they got a couple of penalty tries, scrum penalties out of it. Mm-hmm. They just they adapted. I don't know fucking how, but as Matt said, Gilbert is one of the best signings that have made.
Absolutely.
If you can have a guy that can slot them over for a 95% of the time, his kicking, like if the guy was already qualified, what?
It has to be higher than that.
Yeah, I don't think he's missed a kick. I don't think he has.
If he was already qualified, he'd be starting at 6 Nations, to be quite honest with you.
I met him on Tuesday at the press conference as well, and I was chatting to him, and I was telling him he's turned into a real fan favourite, and he was delighted. He was beaming now. He absolutely is loving his rugby and loving his time at Connacht. So he is.
Yeah, there's 2 comments in here as well. Joe Lyons, the performance that Connacht put in against us was just like the other teams that play us. They raised their games to get our scalp, but what Connacht need to do is put in performances like that against the likes of other teams. It's consistency that just gets them.
Yeah, agree with you, Joe. Yeah.
I don't think it was consistency because I slightly disagree with Joe because Connacht have been inconsistent in some games. I don't think it was in. Look, there was some there was a couple of mistakes. Okay, probably maybe from 60 to 80 minutes, but that didn't help them. Sometimes it can be their own worst enemy, but there's as much credit to Leinster, as I said, that can just keep fucking that pressure on for 80 minutes. Like, it isn't just Connacht. Very few teams can live with it.
Can I respond to Niall's comment there? We have 12,481, I'll have you know, Niall. Not just 12,000.
Yeah, and 481 of those people were from Connacht.
Yes, Scott.
You're 12,000 were from Leinster. It travelled up. That's what I say. Let's see. Let's have a poll. How many points has Len had tonight? 5, 10, or 15?
He's going to swamp that one.
No one keeps count. No one keeps count, Joe. For all we know is just the podcast just keeps filling itself. So that's about it.
Danny, what people don't realise is that we've been on about an hour before the show started swamping pints here, so we're in great form for this tonight.
Yeah, we usually get warmed up a nice bit about an hour before we actually do start. And all that sort of crap. But lads, I suppose there's two games I want to mention. I'm not too sure if any of you saw them. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to see them at all myself. Actually, what's going here now? Sorry, let's give me 2 seconds. There was the Clovers winning 29-12 over Brighton Thunder. Did any of you see that game or highlights of the game or anything like that?
No, I saw that game. Yeah, it was a great game, very physical game, and I think the Clovers did well there now to win that one. There's people coming in and out the door here. Yeah. And the Wolfhounds game as well. I saw the highlights of that one as well. So two very, very good games.
Yeah, because the Wolfhounds won there with 52-26. I think they were up at half time a good bit, were they? 52-7.
They were up 50. Jesus Christ, they were up nearly 50 points at half time.
Yeah.
They well, I wouldn't say they took the foot off the gas in the second half, but who were they playing again? The Wolfhounds were playing Edinburgh, was it?
1 second, no, sorry. I think it was one of the Scottish teams, either Edinburgh or Glasgow, but I can't remember which one.
It's Edinburgh. Edinburgh seemed to find.
No, it's Glasgow. They're facing Glasgow.
Find a third gear. They were in first gear for the first half, and they got into second and third gear in the second half, and scored a few good tries now. A few decent tries towards the end. In the last 20 minutes, it was all Glasgow in that game. But the game was over at half time. It was finished.
Yeah. That I will move on to your predictions now for the next round, which is round 11. Then I'll come with you first. Glasgow hosting Munster. How do you see that one going?
It's like everything at this time of year. It'll all depend on the team that's picked. Glasgow top of the table now, so it'll be a tough game. Realistically,
James, what are you doing with that?
Sorry, Hugo's playing with the squeaky toy here. I can't get it off of me.
Like, nobody minds Hugo right there, but you have to give him the squeaky toy.
Of all the things you have to give him, James, seriously.
Fucking squeaky
toy. I know. Sorry.
Fucking squeaky toy.
My daughter's just arrived back from training. The squeaky toy was outside the door, and she picked it up and gave it to him, and he's fucking delighted. He's like a dog with two Mickeys here now. He's like a dog with two Mickeys.
How convenient, James. But anyway, then come on.
Fucking hell.
Could you not just left it on the fucking table?
I'll take.
It's a big ask for Munster to win this one, but Hard will always have to go with Munster, but yeah, Head would probably say Glasgow. Actually, just on that, just before we move on, I was trying to remember one of the mistakes, one of the few mistakes that Connacht made, and you were just talking about when Snyman was parring for the line, he was taken down. That was a massive turnover. But you remember when they got the penalty, they failed to find touch with the kick. And that
Carty.
Carty. And that was the other thing. Do you remember Carty when the ball was rolling over the line?
Mm-hmm.
And the judge barely tipped off his foot.
Yeah.
Now that was
harsh.
Actually, yeah.
That was
But
just
anyway, but the other thing, Bundy giving lip back to the ref and got the penalty.
Well, look, he deserved it. He deserved it.
He did. But he should know fucking better at this stage.
He should know better. And he's not the only one that's been doing it of recent.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think Doris needs to fucking tone it down as well.
Yeah.
What?
I know he's captain, so he has the right to talk, but he seems to be in the ref's ear constantly. You know what I mean? You're better off making a point every now and again, because if you're constantly on at the ref, he's going to actually ignore you. So when there's something worthy of being called back and having a look at, they tend to just go away.
Yeah, and one thing I'd say about Joe Moulton, as I said this to you in the group chat as well, Matt, is I'd love to see referees kind of reverse penalties or give 10 yards if teams are being a bit too gobby and mouthy and stuff like that, because they'll cut that shit out half the time then. And
some refs do though, in fairness.
Yeah. But I'd like to see it come in more often where they say, hold on a second, you had a penalty. You're being too mouthy. It's going the other way, that's.
And 10 yards.
Yeah. No, just reverse the penalty first. If it keeps going, then you go 10. Then you go another 10 and a yellow. You up and keep until they keep going. Like I said in the group chat, I was at a match once and one of our players was giving the referee a lip. He went forward 10 yards. He said, any more? Another 10 yards and a yellow. And the coach literally just yelled at the player, threw a water bottle at him and told him to shut up. Yeah. And it happened in another game, was 1 or 2 games afterwards, where one of our players was given lip and he got a yellow card for it. The coach spent, I'd say, about 10 minutes chewing the ear off the player about not giving back to him. This was our captain. And he said that, once he chewed the ear off the captain, he said he went back on and he said there wasn't a word out of him unless he had to. And he was the nicest, most pleasant player going. But he said that was it. He said he would chew the head off any player for if they conceded penalties for back chest. And that was his thing. James, Glasgow, Munster, how did you see that one going?
Oh, I think that's a big ask for Munster now. I would love to see Munster taking a scout there. But I think that's going to be a tough one. But you don't know what Munster have a fucking way of winning games, you know.
Especially the ones you don't expect them to win.
Yeah, exactly. They can surprise you. But I think that's going to be awful tight. There'll be 3 points in it. That'll be about it. But I don't see Munster winning that one. Sorry. Before
I continue on that one, Matt, Joe Lyons is here. I actually fancy Munster. Don't forget the number of Glasgow players with Scotland. I know their big guns players could see Munster getting a result. Wouldn't be shocked.
True. Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah, as I said, it depends on the teams that are picked, to be honest with you.
Matt, your thoughts on the Glasgow Munster game coming up Friday night?
I'd actually agree with Joe Lyons there. I think Glasgow are going to lose a lot more players to the Six Nations than fucking Munster are. So,
you get the fucking dig in early, Matt.
Yeah, of course. That's because you're all shy. Yeah, Munster will win that because they still have their full squad.
We'll move on anyway. Let's see, James, will come to you. Zebra hosting Connacht. How do you see that one going?
I think if the lads can put in a performance even close or half what they did against Leinster, I think Connacht will win that one.
Len, your thoughts on the Zebra Connacht game coming up Saturday?
Yeah, that's going to be a very tight game. Would you fuck off? Connacht is a hammer.
Let's see, one second. Mike Sheedy in here. Munster Young Goods, they're great last Friday night together. Get the better Munster win against Glasgow, I suppose. Anyway, Matt, your thoughts on the Zebra Connacht game coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, well, I'd imagine fucking Connacht are going to win that, but Zebra are no fucking slouches anymore, lads. They fucking
Not anymore.
they nearly did a number on Glasgow last week. So it could be a lot tighter than you think, but I would expect Connacht to get the result.
Anyway,
Since you're there, Matt, Leinster hosting Edinburgh straight after. How do you see that one going?
Again, I that could be a very close game. Do you know, I don't think Leinster have the right to win any game now. I think they have to earn it. You know, and they're certainly doing things the hard way. They like to be either down or level at half time and wait for the second half. So look, I would imagine that Leinster will win it, but it'll be a close affair. I think it'll be another couple of points, Jobby.
Then your thoughts on the Leinster Edinburgh game coming up?
Leinster. Look, we have lads going into Ireland camp and we've had a few injuries. There's a comment there that I haven't seen, obviously.
Sorry.
Pick up Joe Lyon's comment there.
Yeah, look, in fairness, Leinster win.
Put it up, Daddy. Throw it up.
Yeah, put up comment.
Put up, Joe.
James.
And I'm going to read it.
I get James's opinion first. I'll throw it up then. Leinster Edinburgh. How do you see that one going?
I think Leinster are going to win that one.
Joe Lyons, correction, Matt. They still have their own squad and half of our teams too.
Yeah, of course he's do.
Next few more comments I'm going to throw up there now.
Comedy, Joe.
James said there, Ulster hosting Cardiff Saturday in the last game of the URC that round. How do you see that one going?
Ulster all day long and twice on Sunday.
Lynn, Ulster or Cardiff? How do you see that one going?
Ulster.
Matt, Ulster or Cardiff? How do you see that one going?
Yeah, Ulster. I'd say they're going to be annoyed after losing that game.
Yeah,
I'd say they're going to fucking take it out.
And they're at home.
They're at home, exactly.
Yeah.
There's two more comments here now. Niall Stein, he says he's only on coke when he's at Thomond. Points must be pish in Thomond. And one sec there now. Jordan said, there you go then. Give your lot some positivity. I'll have a shower now. About Munster winning, I suppose, against Glasgow. So
what's Mr. Burke saying there? Put up Mr. Burke's comment there. Put up Mr. Burke's comment there. Something about Nigel Owens. What's that about?
According to Nigel Owens, the best ref was Edwin Jones. Knew when to speak to the referee.
I'm hearing the same thing about Cian Prendergast, that he's very much liked by the referees and the way he approaches them and his tone of voice and all that. That it's he knows when to talk and when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't be at fucking for every fucking. You can't be constantly onto the ref.
No,
they eventually dismiss you.
Pick your battles.
Yeah, and I think Doris needs
you have to pick your
learn
battles.
that.
Yeah. Lads, I suppose we'll start wrapping up now for a minute anyway. We'll be back next Monday night, but we have two more shows to tell you about. There's a usual Thursday night show, which will be on, but we're also going to be in Slattery's pub in D4 in Ballsbridge on Friday night.
The 30th.
Yeah, which is this Friday night. Tickets are still available on the Eventbrite as well anyway. Matt's going to be there anyway. Unfortunately, he won't be signing autographs, but he will be decked out. And once again, thanks to his mother, Pauline, which myself and Lynn will both proudly donate if necessary. So
you send them up to me there, Danny. Yeah? You send it up and wait. You see what happens when I do it again in D4.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll send them up anyway. All right, anyway. Some lovely GAA gear, Matt. I know you're a massive GAA fan, so I know you.
Danny, if you mention GAA one more time on this fucking rugby podcast, I'm going to come down to fucking Kerry.
Matt will be like a Syrian with an American flag, so he will.
Fucking stupid.
I wonder why you have any chance to get.
You're not winding me up, Danny. You're fucking pissing off the people that are watching the GAA on rugby podcast. It's that simple.
You got at least
watch rugby outside the pen, Matt. You know that. Anyway, lads, I'm wrapping up now because I have cattle to feed and all that sort of stuff and start out before I go to bed. So, Matt, Lynn, James, it's been a
Oil the
pleasure.
Harleys.
Good night.
Evening, lads. Take it easy,
Good luck,
boys.
lads. Good luck, lads.